Most Christians don't think too much of the Buddha. Thankfully, the late great Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh wrote this book about the beautiful overlap in the teachings between Jesus of Nazareth and Gautama Buddha. Here's a few quick excerpts that I love. There were basically attempts to evangelize Vietnam for centuries. He says, in such an atmosphere of discrimination and injustice against non-Christians, it was difficult for me to discover the beauty of Jesus' teachings. It was only later, through friendships with Christian men and women who truly embodied the spirit of understanding and compassion of Jesus, that I have been able to touch the depths of Christianity. The moment I met Martin Luther King Jr., I knew I was in the presence of a holy person. Not just his good work, but his very being was a source of great inspiration for me. Through men and women like these, I feel I have been able to touch Jesus Christ and his tradition. On the altar in my hermitage in France are images of Buddha and Jesus, and every time I light incense, I touch both of them as my spiritual ancestors. I can do this because of contact with these real Christians. When you touch someone who authentically represents a tradition, you not only touch his or her tradition, you also touch your own. When Jesus said, "I am the way," he meant that to have a true relationship with God, you must practice his way. In the Acts of the Apostles, the early Christians also spoke of their faith as the way. To me, "I am the way" is a better statement than "I know the way." The way is not an asphalt road. But we must distinguish between the I spoken by Jesus and the I that people usually think of. The I in his statement is life itself, his life, which is the way. If you do not really look at his life, you cannot see the way. If you only satisfy yourself with praising a name, even the name of Jesus, it is not practicing the life of Jesus. We must practice living deeply, loving, and acting with charity if we wish to truly honor Jesus. The way is Jesus himself, and not just some idea of him. When we understand and practice deeply the life and teachings of Buddha, or the life and teachings of Jesus, we penetrate the door and enter the abode of the living Buddha and the living Christ, and life eternal presents itself to us.